Hello everyone, it's day 61. Today I almost finished out the Caleb Curry playlist on YouTube that I've been raving about these past couple days. I stopped when he got to the DOM manipulation section just because I want to save that until last. And I realized Free Code Camp's problem sets don't even include the DOM for the JavaScript portion anyway. So I enjoy the DOM the most. I want to save that for last. That'd be like fun for me. I went over constructors, factory functions, prototype methods, prototypal inheritance, set property of function, overriding prototypal inheritance, instance properties versus prototype properties, polymorphism, has-on property, for-in method, converting object literals to constructors, instance of. He did like a quick 8-minute video on like HTML essentials, another one for CSS. I just watched him just because. But the highlight of the day, I finished 4 sections on Free Code Camp, debugging ES6, basic algorithm scripting, and object-oriented programming. Oh, I actually did 5. Sold myself short. And then functional programming was the last one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. So initially, before I even started 100 Days of Code, I was doing Andre Nyogi, however you say his name, the complete web developer, which I didn't like that course at all. It was one of those become a jack of all trades, master of none. He didn't really go in depth of anything, and I really didn't learn a thing at all. So I stopped watching that, then I was like, all right, let me try Free Code Camp. But I think I got to, which was it? Was it the algorithm one? I forgot what section it was, and I don't know, I just couldn't figure it out, so I just kind of stopped and just never went back to Free Code Camp. So it just always been looming unfinished for months or whatever. So I decided to pause because I'm currently doing the Odin project, and I'm ending out the object-oriented programming section before we get into testing and then working with APIs and all that. So I wanted to do a big review because the last project is supposed to use everything that you learned pretty much. The to-do list application, but not your simple to-do list like you see everybody else do. We have to recreate a real to-do list. It's, anyway, so I found this good JavaScript playlist or whatever, and then it was a couple free Udemy courses that I had found that I just never watched. And so YouTube mixed with that one Udemy course, it kind of was an overview. But what I liked about both the Udemy course and the YouTube was they just showed you examples almost like you're sitting in an actual class rather than you watching someone make a website or make something specific and they try to teach you along the way. They literally either are writing on the whiteboard in CodePen or on old school on the chalkboard, just making up examples, actually making you understand the concepts or whatever. It's over the past week or so, I've been making a bunch of CodePens or whatever. That's my new thing now. Rather than writing down stuff, I put it in a CodePen. That way I can add my console.log same so I can visually see what's happening and see how you write the syntax and all that or whatever. So I just didn't have a way to test or whatever. So I was you know what? I want to go back and finish the JavaScript on Free Code Camp, get my certification or whatever. Because I think it is good practice. The way I operate, I didn't learn from it. It wasn't enough for me to learn from it, but it's good to practice once you've already learned the concepts from somewhere else. You're just trying to reinforce what you learned or whatever. So today I really intended on doing maybe a section or whatever, but I don't know, something a light bulb turned on and everything just started clicking. I just kept going. It got to midnight. I was oh, I'll stop at midnight. And then I kept going. I was oh, I'll stop at 1. Now it's what time is it? 3:40, 3:45. But yeah, I had a ball today. Some of the ones really picked my brain. I will say the most interesting one to me was the functional programming one, just because I've always struggled with reduce, sort, map, filter, those functions. And so I tend to not use them in my programs, which makes me write like a stupid amount of extra code for no reason just because I didn't really understand how to shorten it using functional programming. So like that was cool to like put them all together. A couple of programs actually had to like use both of them in one problem or whatever, which was really cool. But yeah, I one piece of advice though is you never really know how much you learn if you don't like test yourself somehow. And this goes to even just making websites, not even about like solving coding challenges or anything. Like you can watch YouTube all day long, take a Udemy course, do code alongs or whatever, but like until it's you by yourself, not looking at something as a guide or whatever and just trying to figure something out, at that point then you know what you need to work on, what you do know or whatever, because it works both ways. Like you don't know how much you really know unless you're given the opportunity to see what you know without the answer just like sitting in front of you or being played in front of your face or whatever. So you just have to test yourself and just see what happens. So I'm definitely going to like keep up this approach. So like every time I learn something new, see if I can find like exercises somewhere or whatever. Like I looked up Geeks for Geeks. I think that's what it's, yeah, geeksforgeeks.org. One thing that's interesting for that, I want to say that one like grades you on your responses from what I saw. And then there was another one, Code Chef, I think from like just me skimming. I want to say that like scores your answer a certain way or something like that, rather than just saying you got it right. Like I want to know like, did I get it right, but efficiently, did I get it right or whatever. So like that's one thing I'm working on. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get back into like Code Wars, HackerRank, Exorcism.io, because at this point now I only have the advanced algorithm scripting section to do, and then the projects, which I had already completed one of the projects like a month ago or something, so only I do 4 more, which I'll probably redo it just because I'm sure I don't remember how to get the answer now or whatever. What else? Oh yeah, I got this book, Think Like a Programmer. It came early. It said I wasn't going to get it to like the 27th of the month, but I was glad it came early. It's, what is it? An Introduction to Creative Problem Solving. He goes over like, let me see, what are some of the chapters? Solving problems with code reuse, solving problems with arrays, solving problems with recursion or whatever. It just, I read like the introduction of it in like the first chapter. I had like the PDF of it, but it was annoying to read off screen, so I just went ahead and bought it or whatever. But like, just basically goes over like how to go about solving problems or whatever. Just because like initially that was like really hard for me, but now I realize it's getting a little easier. But practice makes perfect, as they say. It's like the more I do it, like it used to like take me all day to come up with the solution. Now I'm like, I could do this or I could do that, and then I just keep trying it out until whatever works or whatever. But I don't know. I'm definitely torn now more than ever as to what my end goal is. If it's more software development route or if it's more web development route. Just because I equally like both. I love CSS. I love making things with JavaScript, making things dynamic or whatever. But like, just like today, like I had a ball solving all those problems. So I don't know. It feels like a perfect job. It like completely was like half and half of both. That'd be great, but we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. I have like, I think this one Udemy course I want to finish out. It's specifically just on object-oriented programming. I just want to go ahead and just finish all that and just read it. He also has like, I think like practice questions at the bottom, like 50 questions or so at the very last section. So I feel that'd be good progress or whatever. Of course, keep on doing the algorithm scripting or free code camp or whatever. I'm probably not going to like rush to try to finish those tomorrow. Well, I don't know. I say that now, but I may do exactly just that. But yeah, DOM is one thing I still need to do. And I think that's it. Like I had so much stuff to like, I kept saying, oh, well, when I review JavaScript, then I'll do this. So I just like, let me just review JavaScript, get it out the way. So now I feel like a weight has kind of been lifted off my shoulder, like a rite of passage type deal, where I can like allow myself to do other things now. So like work on my portfolio, work on my side project that I haven't really touched in like 2 weeks. So, but yeah, overall, amazing day. And I'm very pleased with the results. Day 61.